Govinda Govinda Gopalanandana Govinda Govinda Harinam Sankirtan ki Srila Prabhupada ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Rudra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Nidai Gaura Preman Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuvannilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody please chant after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. I'm very happy to be here at ISKCON Kovai Chandra Temple, ISKCON Coimbatore, after many years, due to the COVID closure. I've been coming once a year to spend a few days here in the Holy Association of His Holiness Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj. I've been doing this since more than 15, 20 years because His Holiness is a very devoted personality. He has been living in this project since decades, gradually developing the new upcoming temple. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said when Krishna will descend in this world in his deity form, when will he descend? If you ask a question, the answer is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Bhakti Yoga Paribhavita Hrit Saroja Aseshu Dekshitapato Nananata Pumsam Yadyadhyata Urgaya Vibhavayanti Tat Tat Papu Pranayase Sadanugrahaya. This is the version of Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that when Lord is very pleased with his devotee's attitude of devotional service, then Lord decides to descend in a particular form in which the devotee wants to worship the Lord, as either Lord Krishna or Lord Rama or Lord Narasimha. So in America, people like to see the Lord as Lord Narasimha, angry Lord who destroys religious activities. Many people. And some people want to see the Lord as the ideal person who shows ideal behavior like Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra took Ekapatni Vrata. He accepted only one wife as ideal human being should do. Of course, Lord Krishna accepted 16,108 queens in Dwaraka. Lord Rama will always speak the truth, but Krishna spoke many lies to Mother Yashoda by stealing butter in the homes of the gopis. You will see that. Lord Rama stands erect in attention posture. Krishna stands in a threefold bending form. Lord Rama holds the bow and arrow to destroy religion. Krishna is just playing on his flute and charming the hearts of all the residents of Vrindavan. And of course, if he has to kill, he doesn't use any weapon at all. No. He just used, to show the power of his lips, he sucked the poison and life air from the breast of Putana. To show the power of his hands, he squeezed the neck of Trinavarta and brought him down crashing to the ground. To show the power of his lotus feet, he lifted his small, tender flower petal like lotus feet and touched the card due to which Shakatasura was killed. To show the power of his belly, he performed the Damodar Leela. To show Mother Yashoda how his belly cannot be bound very easily. So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam 9th canto, Yashoda is very profusely glorified in the Srimad Bhagavatam as a very special mother who is such a loving mother that she had 4 qualities because of which at last she could capture Krishna. She could bind Krishna. So all of you also at Coimbatore, you want to bring Krishna into this temple just behind here. So when will Radha and Krishna descend in this temple? So we can cultivate these 4 qualities, learning this from Mother Yashoda. If you learn these 4 qualities, anything impossible under the sun can become possible by cultivating these 4 qualities. So let us recite these 2 verses and I will talk one by one with some little explanation, okay? This is 10th canto, 9th chapter, text number 17. Evam swageha dhamani yashoda santadatyaphi gopinam susmayantinam smayanti vismita abhavat. The verse says here, one day on a Diwali day, when Mother Yashoda wanted to catch Gopal, her son, who on that particular day broke the butter pot and stole butter and ate himself and distributed to his friends and distributed even to the monkeys and spoiled the whole place. On that day she captured him, you all know that. And she wanted to bind him. So why did Yashoda want to bind them? Anybody knows? You may be thinking that Krishna is too naughty, so she wanted to bind them. The reason is given in the scriptures why Yashoda wanted to bind them. Yashoda called Krishna, you forest dweller, you monkey lover, you clever liar. Like that, many names she called Krishna and chastised them. Till now, I have been hearing news that you are stealing butter in other gopis' homes. I didn't believe it. Today, you have proved that you are stealing butter in your own house, even the butter which I kept. Not only you stole butter, you are also speaking lies. Because Krishna told Mother Yashoda that I didn't break the pot. When you suddenly got up, the ankle bell in your feet hit the pot, and that's what the pot broke. Like the Krishna speaking lies. So she wanted to make absolute truth learn how to speak truth. So therefore, she decided to punish him with a stick. But when she took the stick in her hand, at that time, Krishna had anxiety-ridden face. His eyes were fearful. Seeing that, she threw away the stick and she caught him with both her hands and she wanted to chastise them and bind him. But why she wanted to bind him? The reason is given. Krishna said, Mother, you are calling me a monkey lover and a forest dweller. I will run away to forest, he said. The mother became very worried. If my son is really adamant about going to forest, how can I search after him in the forest? I won't be able to get him. Because it is said in the scripture, there is a Bala hut, Sri hut and Sadhu hut, they call it. Hut means adamant behavior. Sri hut means like Kaikeyi was hell-bent upon getting Bharata to become the king. And she wanted to send Rama to forest. That is a Sri hut. How adamant woman can behave like that. Similarly, Sadhu hut means sadhus are people who are bent upon attaining liberation from this world and going back to God at any cost. They will catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet and never leave it. That is called sadhu hut. Similarly, Bala hut means like a small boy like Dhruva. He wanted to go to forest and meet Lord Vishnu and get a kingdom bigger than his grandfather. That's called the Bala hut. So she also thought, maybe my son, adamant son, may go away to forest and I will never find him. She became frightened. Therefore, she decided to bind him with ropes on that day. So after Yashoda bound Krishna with ropes, similarly, now in India, many mothers used to bind their children with ropes. Even I was bound by my mother one time when I was a small boy. She tied me to a pillar and said, now you can't go anywhere, keep quiet and I will cook in the kitchen and come back. So many parents copied from Yashoda. So, but Yashoda could not easily bind Krishna. There is a reason for that. Because the scriptures say, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasap Parastat Tam Eva Vidvanati Prityameti Nan Japanta Vidyate Ayanaya Tam Yishwaranam Paramam Maheshwaram Tam Daivatanam Paramam Chadaivatam Patim Patinam Paramam Parastat Vidamadevam Bhuvaneshwamidhyam. These verses are saying that amongst all the 33 crore devatas, Krishna is the chief, the topmost. Just like in India, there are many chief ministers, but there is only one prime minister. So there are many, many devatas, but Krishna is supreme. Tam daivatanam paramam cha daivatam, tam ishwaranam paramam maheshwaram, it is said. And then it says, Yasmat param na paramasti kinchit, beyond him, there is nobody in this world. Yasman nani yojo yosti kinchit, there is nobody smaller than him, there is nobody bigger than him. Like that, the Shruti mantras say that. So, God being the ultimate, how can anybody run behind him and catch him? How can anybody bind him with rope? So, when Yashoda tried to bring the rope around Krishna's waist was only 1 fist long, only this much. Whereas the rope she had was also added up with other ropes given by her other covered ladies. And put together, it was 100 fists long. How can a 100 fist rope not bind 1 fist long Krishna's hip? That was a very great miracle for Yashoda. There is a reason for that. There is one Shakti called as Vibhuti Shakti. This Vibhuti Shakti means Krishna's opulent Aishwarya Shakti. And that is the Shakti which manifested the Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshana. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you read that. Isn't it? So, Vibhuti Shakti thought, my dear Master Krishna does not want to be bound by any rope because he wants to go to others' homes and steal butter. If Mother Yashoda binds him now, how can he go and steal butter? He can't. Therefore, Vibhuti Shakti manifested a power in such a way that she could not bind Krishna at all. So she struggled there. She couldn't bind. From morning to evening, Yashoda was collecting more and more different colorful ropes from her friends, and she was tying them up all together, trying to bind. She could not bind them. It was a big struggle. At that time, one great miracle happened, which I am reading here in this verse. Evam swageha damani yashoda sandadasyapi. So, although Yashoda had connected all the ropes together and tried to bind Krishna, she could not bind. Gopinam susmayantinam. All the gopis smiled at her and said, Yashoda, your son today is showing some magic. You will not be able to bind him. Don't waste your time with him. Go to the kitchen and do your work. Leave this boy today. Like that, they smiled and said. But Yashoda said, no, at any cost, I have to bind him. Swayanti Vismita Abhavat is the first quality out of the four I told you. First quality is, while Yashoda was trying to bind, although she could not bind, she didn't become angry. She didn't become depressed. She only smiled, it is said. Smayanti Vismita Abhavat. Vismita means put into wonderment. How is it my child is not letting me bind him today? Even the bangles are binding. The necklace is binding his neck. And I have put a hip waist belt also. That is also binding him. Why can't I bind him? What is the secret? She was thinking like that. And she was smiling. So dear friends, here comes a very important point, the first point. Whenever you are making an effort to do anything, and that thing that doesn't happen, what happens to you? In mode of passion, we become angry and frustrated. In mode of ignorance, we become depressed and morose. These two bad qualities we have to give up. Like you all are trying to build a temple here. Now you have to raise funds and complete the temple. It's almost 50% complete now. Balance temple, we have to raise funds and collect. So in the course of going here, going there, meeting people, requesting them to donate funds for the temple. And when we have a big struggle, we should not get frustrated and become angry. Because if we become angry people, how will they want to come forward and assist in the project? And we should not become morose and depressed. So people like to connect with a smiling, happy devotee or a morose devotee. Yes? Happy devotee. So here is Yashoda. Even though she could not bind Krishna, still she is smiling. This is the first quality we should learn. When everything gets tougher and tougher, you should smile. One day, I used to tell my assistant, I want to go to station half an hour before the train leaves. But he will never like the idea. He said, why half an hour early, Prabhu? We can just reach 5 minutes early. That was his argument. But many times we would reach the station and the train would give a sound, make a sound, and train would slowly it will move. And we both used to throw the bag inside and jump inside. And then I would be breathing like this. I would tell my assistant, just see, we were about to miss the train. So he'll always tell me, see, at last we caught the train. You can't scold me. At last we caught the train. Like that he would say. So one day, in the same manner, he made me delay. At last we reached the station. We climbed up on the staircase and went up. It was in 7th platform or something. When we got down the staircase, we saw the train was already going. When we came to the platform, only the backside darshan we got. So what do you think you will do? Generally, I would get angry because I lost the train. And that day, I decided not to become angry. For a change, I smiled, and he was surprised. I said, okay, go and find out the next train. I told him. Because when you see the back of a train, can you catch it? You cannot catch it. Forget it. Now let us look at ahead at our life. Forget the past and look at the future. So therefore, learn to smile at the time of difficulty. That's what Yashoda is teaching us. Yashoda is trying to bind Krishna. She's not able to bind. She's not angry. She's not depressed. She's smiling. That's what he's saying. Gopinam susmayantinam smayanti vismita abhavat. He says. She was also smiling along with her gopi friends, struck with wonder. How wonderful is my child? I am not able to bind him. What a smart fellow he is. He's doing some magic, I can't bind him. Like that, that's first quality. Let us read the second quality, just coming in the next verse. Somatustinnagagraya visprastakavarasraja drishtva parishramam krishna kripayasi swabandhane. This verse says, Swamatu, the word is used there. She treated Krishna with a great mamata. Mamata in English means, he is my son. Like that, she very intimately felt Krishna to be her own son. See, this word comes in Bhagavatam in many places. One day, Krishna and Balaram asked Yashoda and Rohini, oh mothers, can we go to play games with our other friends? We just need your permission. See, the children, you will see, when we were small kids, we will never go out of home unless mother gives permission. So, like, mother sometimes won't give permission. She say, hey, don't go alone. I will come with you. And she will say like that. Like I saw one boy, small boy, who asked me that, Mom, can I go and play? She would say no. And the boy would be again and again pulling the sari of the mother and saying, please allow me, please allow me. Because the children are dependent on the mother. So Krishna and Balaram are asking, can you please allow us to go and play games? So Yashoda told him, condition, okay, you can go to play games, but you have to be back at 1 o'clock. For lunch, along with Nanda Baba, you should take lunch. So they agreed to go, agreed to come back. But then it became 1 o'clock, it became 2 o'clock, they were not coming back. So Yashoda sent Rohini to go and call. So Rohini went and called. Hey, Balaram, Krishna, please come back. It's time for your lunch. Instead of 1 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock now. And Balaram told Krishna, mother has come, we have to go back now. Krishna said, who has come? He said, Rohini. Rohini, don't worry, she's very soft natured. No problem. Let's continue playing. So continuing to play. So Rohini went back to Yashoda and said, these boys are difficult to bring. Yashoda, you love them even more than me. You go and bring them. Then Yashoda went to call them. Krishna Krishna Aravindakshatataye hitanam viva alam vihare krukshanta krida shantosi putraka. She's telling, oh Krishna Krishna Aravindaksha. Aravindaksha means, oh my dear darling. Or she's calling Aravinda Aksha means, oh lotus-eyed one. Like that she's calling. Even today, if you go to Vrindavan, people sing, Naino Ketara Govinda Bodore. They even today sing. Naino Ketara means like apple of the eye or lotus-eyed one. She's calling. Very lovingly she's calling Yashoda. And she's telling, you guys ate light breakfast in the morning. You must be very hungry, my child. Now it is time for lunch. There's a big feast awaiting you. Please come. Of course, the big feast is awaiting all of you also. So, like that she said to allure them to come back. But Krishna told his friends, can we go back, dear friends? Quickly we'll put our lunch and come back. Friends said, Krishna, you are about to lose the game now. You are going. When you come back, we will not include you in the game. You have to sit on the side and just watch us playing. So then Krishna became upright. He told, no. Then I'm going to continue to play. Yashoda said many things. Krishna, today is your birthday and Brahmanas are waiting at home. You have to give cows to them. That was actually a lie. It was not Krishna's birthday. She wanted to give some excuse to get him back. Then she told Krishna, look at your friends. They all are nicely bathed and dressed in nice clothes and jewelry and everything. They are playing Swamata Alankratan. She said, what about you, Krishna? Your body is so dusty. Don't you want to be neat and clean like them? Like that she said. Because children generally, when you compare them and say, hey, look at that boy. He's wearing shoes. Good boys wear shoes. Then immediately his son also would wear shoes. Say, Mom, I am wearing shoe. What am I? Tell me. Okay, you're a good boy. Mothers, that's what they would do. So like that, she's trying to tempt him. Still he's not coming. So Mother Yashoda said, all of you boys, hear from me. In Vrindavan, there is one animal called how beloved. This animal has a lion-like face and horse-like body. It runs at the speed of horse and it is ferocious like the lion. And do you know what this lion eats? This how beloved eats? And all the coward boys were wondering, we have never seen such animal, mother. She said, you guys have not seen, but this animal is a very famous one. And the favorite dish for this animal is small babies like all of you, she said. So be careful while playing. Always keep an eye. From any direction, this animal may come. Like that, she said. All of them said, you'll be very careful. And she said, in case the animal comes, you should all run back to your homes, she said. We all agreed. And suddenly, Mother Yashoda, her eyes became dilated and she showed in that direction and said, how below? Like that, she shouted. And she took a about turn and ran to Nanda Bhavan. Then all the coward boys fled to their homes. And Krishna Balaram caught hold of Yashoda's sari on either side. They also ran with her. And then she caught hold of both their hands. And that is said in one verse. Ittam Yashoda Tamashesha Shekharam Matva Sutam Snega Nibadha Dhirnrupa Haste Grihitva Saharamam Achyutam Nitva Swavatam Kritavatya. This verse says, Yittam Yashoda. In this way, Yashoda cheated these children of the how beloved some strange creature which never existed. Tamashe Shekaram. Krishna's body is like a blue diamond. It is completely clean, shining like blue lightning. It's like glossy body. Krishna has a glossy blue. Glossy blue means Snigdha Pravrit Ghanashyamam Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. Like that. Lord Shiva tells Prachetas about Lord Vishnu's body looks glossy blue. Glossy blue means, how is it like? Like you all have seen this close-up toothpaste? It's glossy blue. Krishna's body is like that only, glossy blue. So, his body is always pure. But she wanted to bathe that body and clean that body out of affection as a mother. Matva Sutam Sneha Nibadha Dhirnrupa. Matva Sutam means she considered Krishna her own child. She didn't treat him as God. Sneha Nibadha Dhirnrupa, he says. Because of Sneha Nibadha, they means transcendentally imbued intelligence. Her mind and intelligence are completely attached to Krishna out of love as a child. Haste Grihitva means she caught hold of the hands of Krishna and Balaram. Saharamam Achyutam. One side Rama, Balaram, another side Achyutam. Achyutam, who is Achyutam? Krishna, yeah. One side Krishna, one side Rama. Nitva Swavatam, says. She brought Godhead back home. We all want to go back home, back to Godhead. She is bringing Godhead back home. Just see. Is there anybody who can say, I will catch God's hand and drag him back to home? Who can do that? One who has intense love, and that is Yashoda. She has such pure love. She brought Godhead back to home. So that verse also says Matva Sutam. Here also it says Somadhu. It says. Actually, God is very attracted if you treat him with great mamata or with great affection. Like, you are coming to temple, you offer a flower to him, you offer a fruit to him, you offer some bhoga to him. But lovingly you treat him, Lord becomes extremely pleased. Like you all know that one fruit vendor lady gave some fruits to Krishna in Vrindavan. Sudama gave some chipped rice to Krishna. Vidura's wife, Vidurani, gave some banana peel to Krishna. But there is a song also which says, Duryodhana ke bhogan khayo, duk saat vidur ghar khayo, aise prem pujari radhe shyam shyam shyam. In that song it says that, Vidura's wife, while Opening the banana, she forgot. She was crying tears of devotion to Krishna. She threw away the banana and gave the banana peel. Krishna was still eating it. Generally, you give banana peel to the cow, not to Krishna. She gave to Krishna. So, anything given with love, Krishna accepts. Here, Yashoda is calling with love, Krishna came back home. And she called him with love. So, that is second quality. The first quality I told you, smile in adversity or smile in difficulty. That's the first one. Second one is treat God very personally. If you treat him very personally and lovingly, then God becomes very easily obtainable by us. You see, in this world, what happens with people? People treat their own mother, father, brother, sister, wife, husband, children very personally. When it comes to God, they treat him very impersonally. For an example, I'll tell you, there was one Jamindar living in a big house. He was living in the first floor. So from there, he was watching down. Outside his compound wall, one small boy came to pass water, pass urine on the wall of the house. So Jamindar from the top shouted at the watchman, "Hey, watchman, drive away that boy. He's passing urine on the wall," he said. And the boy was immediately driven away. The watchman shouted at the boy and drove him away. Now the Jamindar sat in the jula, in the swing in the house, big swing he had, he sat down. And his daughter had come with a small baby, who is the grandchild of the Jamindar. So she came and kept the child on his lap, and the child silently passed the urine on the dhoti only. And the dhoti became hot. And immediately Jamindar was having a smile on his face. He called his daughter and said, "Oh, daughter, how beautifully my grandson is passing urine." You see. It's very amazing because he is passing urine in his lap, still he is appreciating it. Whereas the small boy outside is passing urine on the wall of the house, he is not able to tolerate. Can you say why? That he is not able to tolerate, this is not only tolerating, he is enjoying because of mamata, we call it, attachment. This child is my daughter's son. I am attached to him. So he can pass urine outside my body, no problem. So that is mental attachment. Attachment, we call it, mental attachment. So we all have experience of what is this. Material attachments are very easily made in this world. But 7.1 Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, you know what he says? Please, you all can repeat after me. Maya saktamana partha yogam yunjanmad ashrayah asamshayam samagram yata nyasasi tatshrunu. He's telling, my dear Arjuna, Bhagavad Gita is not about detachment. Bhagavad Gita is about attachment, Krishna says. But attachment to whom? Attachment to Krishna. My asaktamanaha partha means, Arjuna, I will teach you in this chapter how you can develop attachment to me. So Yashoda has such a spiritual attachment to Krishna. We also have to develop such attachment. So when you develop attachment, when Krishna becomes everything for you, like for example, for a child, mother and father are everything. Similarly, when we understand Krishna is the one who is the creator of this world, and Krishna is the one who is giving food to all living creatures, and Krishna is the one who is present in every atom, is present in my heart, is the lover of all his part and parcels. So Bhagavad Gita commentaries of Prabhupada, when we read at the end of it, we will develop great affection for Krishna. Somatu, he says. And she treated him like his own mother. That's the second quality. Third quality, Svinnagatraya, he says. What is Svinnagatraya and Parishramam? Two words are used. Krishna looked at his mother, Yashoda. She was having perspiration drops on her forehead and the cheeks also. And her hair was disheveled. And when Krishna looked at her form, and she was also endeavoring, Parishrama. When he saw that, he felt pity for the mother. Just like in those days in South India, people used to have ammai, they call it. They used to call it. Also this, what do you call grinding mortar? They used to make of stone. It used to be so heavy, you cannot even move it nowadays. Nowadays, Mataji's put flour in one machine. They finish it very easily. In those days, they used to do this, like this. So I have seen my mother do this when she would do this or when she would do this one. There'll be perspiration on her forehead. It's very difficult to do. But why she's doing it? She wants to make all the family members happy. Is it not true? She wants to make everybody happy. So although she is tired, she's having perspiration drops, still she's smiling and doing the service. Similarly, Krishna saw Mother Yashoda smiling, but she has perspiration drops. She is doing so much parishrama, endeavor for attaining me. Krishna felt pity for her. Similarly, Krishna should also see us in our lives, are we doing enough effort? Like if you want to build a temple, it is not a joke. A huge temple, several crores of rupees. Are we going and meeting the residents of Coimbatore, different places, and show them the pamphlets, show them the brochures, invite them to temple on a Sunday evening, let them take part in the Sunday lecture, let them take prasadam. So we should work so hard that perspiration should come. And then Krishna will say, oh, these devotees are very hardworking. Satatam Getayanto Mam Yatantascha Dridavrataha. He says, right? Yatantascha Dridavrata means with great determination, we should work very hard. We should never give up. That's the point. So one should not make a little effort and give up. One should make a hard effort to do anything great in this world. Even chanting also, Hare Krishna, when you chant, sometimes 16 rounds chanting is difficult sometimes. But it's like climbing a mountain. But if you keep doing it day after day, then the heart will get purified. Yanna mashati matrena puman bhavati nirmalaha. And the heart will become clean if you keep hearing the holy name. What is the holy name? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Do it patiently. Don't get tired. Even if it is tiring, difficult, one should do that because it's required for purifying. Don't be study for the examination. Don't you work very hard for the exams. Don't people work very hard to get the gold medal and all that. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness, we should be willing to work hard. So for bringing resources to make the temple happen, because once the temple comes up, the Lordship Radha Krishna will manifest here. It will be a much bigger temple, beautiful temple. Thousands and lakhs of people will come and benefit. So Yashoda did parishramam, hard work and sweating. That's the third thing. Fourth thing, it says Visrasta Kaparasrajaha. So when she was working hard, she didn't even see, her hair had become disheveled, the flower on her head fell down, and the whole body was in disarray. She didn't mind it. She didn't mind it at all. Just like in English, we call it as, sometimes when you study for examination or you're working in a company, you throw away the watch and forget the lunch box, you say like that. You may carry lunch with you, 1 o'clock you're supposed to eat, but you went on doing the work project to complete it, till 4 o'clock you didn't eat. Anybody had experience like this? You have experience? Correct? Sometimes you work hard like that, right? Forget the lunch box. Or you throw away the watch. You throw away the watch means what? You don't mind the time. Like in America, one time Prabhupada's marathon book distribution was going on. One devotee distributed a lot of books and he came back at 11:30 at night. And he thought, I am the last one to come. I have distributed a lot of books. My whole bag is empty, he thought. So when he came to the books go down and told the devotees, Prabhu, at last I have come back today after distributing all day. I think all devotees must be sleeping. They told him, you are the first devotee to come back. Nobody has come. Everybody is still distributing, they said. And he was ashamed. Again, he filled his bag and again went back. So one shouldn't get tired in serving the Lord. One should throw away the watch and forget the lunchbox. That means doing service with absorption. Absorption is required in any service. You know what is absorption? Like if you keep a blotting paper with a ink pen, it absorbs. You see that? It's absorbing the paper. Like a sponge dipped in water absorbs the water. Similarly, absorption means what? Even if somebody is walking in front of you, your eyes will be open, you still don't see them because your mind is absorbed in some service. Like that. Like there is a story in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. where one hunter was polishing the arrow. When he was polishing the arrow sharply, one king's procession went along with thousands of people making a lot of noise, singing song and everything. And then his friend later on came after half an hour and asked him, "Hey, did you see the king's procession?" The hunter was asking, "What are you talking? I don't know. I was absorbed in sharpening the arrow so much that I didn't even notice something was passing. Thousands of people passed, they made noise, they didn't pay attention." That means if you are attentive and absorbed, even in a fish market, if you chant Hare Krishna, you will not be disturbed. You are focused, attentive, concentrated, absorbed in your work. No other distraction. So in this way, any service you do, we should put our heart and do, and not do it half-heartedly. If you put our heart, Lord will be very pleased. Anything you are doing kirtan, put your heart and loudly do kirtan. If you're chanting, put your heart and chant very attentively. If you're bowing down to the Lord, bow down fully, offering Him prayers. When you are chanting, don't think about your studies or the home. So Baladev Vidyabhushan, in one commentary to the Manmanabha Madhbhakta verse, gives a nice example. He says, once a watchman was taking a peacock feather and fanning a king. While fanning the king, he was thinking, Diwali is coming. I think king will give me bonus. With that bonus money, I'll buy sari for my wife and toys for my children. And he was also fanning the king. Baladev Vidyabhushan says, don't serve Krishna like this, he says. He says that when you are serving Krishna, you should only think of him. When you are chanting Hare Krishna, you should only think of how I am chanting attentively. Is my mind wandering? Bring the mind back. Do one thing at a time. Chant while you chant, play while you play, study while you study, sleep while you sleep. Generally, when we are chanting, we feel sleepy. Right? When we lie down, we don't get sleepy. We are thinking about I didn't chant well. So one thing when we do, we are thinking of something else. So we need absorption. Yashoda had that type of absorption. She forgot the whole world outside. All she saw was, here is my son. I have to bind him now. That's it. Similarly, if you all want to bring up the temple here, we need a Ekamati. If everybody's mati, intelligence is put together and direction, the same direction, everybody goes in the same direction, works hard with full absorption, then even impossible tasks will become very easily possible. So these four qualities Ashita had, I will remind you of all the four now. The first quality I told you, Smayanti Vismita Bhavat. When Krishna could not be bound, she was still smiling. She didn't get frustrated and angry. She didn't become depressed. Second quality I told you is Samatu. Do the service with attachment. Like in chill winter season, you should give Krishna little warm water when you are offering water in the altar. In a hot summer, you should make sure you give Krishna some pot water, which will be chill. Because in hot summer, you like to drink hot water or cold water. If you want to drink cold water, why do you give him hot water? So we should exactly give him the way you treat yourself. You have to treat him also like that. That means you are doing service with affection. Correct, no? And when we give charity to him, we should not hesitate. Like, for example, if you want to spend money for your own dress, don't you spend? Like when we built temple in Pune, many of the students who joined companies, they gave 3 months salary. Actually, when they got from the company, IT company, some of them are earning 1 lakh per month or 60,000 per month, 3 lakh, 3 months salary, they gave it for the new temple. They gave like that without any hesitation. Some of them gave. Some of the grihasthas, they, of course, they gave from their pockets. They also collected funds also from all that. From whom you can collect funds? In your own colony, people who are living, you can approach them. And you can also call all your relatives, wherever they are in. Somebody in America, somebody in London, somebody in Germany, call all of them. Tell them, we are building a temple in Coimbatore. Please see, this is a new temple. You send them the videos and everything, tell them. We means, you should say, you are also a part of this temple. So you can ask all your relatives, You can ask all your colony people. Then you can also ask your colleagues in the office. You can show them, tell them we are building a temple, come to our temple and see. And this is how you will come forward to assist in this beautiful temple which is coming up here in Coimbatore. And so the quality I told you, Swamatu, means she treated Krishna as her own son. And thirdly, I told you, Parishramam, and then Drishtva Parishramam is one word, and also Sinnagatraya. She made a hard effort due to which perspiration drops came in her forehead, and Krishna felt pity for her. That means we also should work hard, so much so that sweat should come on her face. And the fourth quality is she threw away the watch and forgot the lunchbox, and she was fully absorbed in this one thing. She didn't get distracted. Chanting also, if you do like this, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. There was one disciple of Prabhupada sitting in the staircase. When Prabhupada was in the room, Prabhupada was having a meeting with book distributors, 5-6 devotees. And one Mataji was sitting in the spiral staircase below and she was chanting. And then Prabhupada opened the door. He told the disciples, she is chanting very intensely. She's chanting with full absorption, without any distraction. So when we chant with absorption, Krishna is easily obtained. So Yashoda was fully absorbed. At that time, Krishna's Kripa Shakti and Vibhuti Shakti, they both had a discussion. So Vibhuti Shakti told Kripa Shakti, now Krishna is showing compassion to Mother Yashoda. I think I will take off. Now you take over. And when Kripa Shakti came, Krishna's heart became dominated by Kripa. Kripa means what? Mercy. Then immediately Krishna allowed himself to be bound. Next moment Yashoda could bind him. Yashoda Maya ki Jai Jai Nanda Yashoda Dula Girivara Dhari Gopal Jai Jai Nanda Yashoda Dula Girivara Dhari Gopal Jai Jai Nanda Yashoda Dula Girivara Dhari Gopal Jai Jai Girivara Dhari Gopal 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 Govinda, Govinda, Gopal. Govinda, Govinda, Gopal. Govinda, Govinda, Gopal. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Prabhupada had a couple of heart attacks when he went to America on the way, but he didn't come back. He still went to America and preached for the next 12 years. And therefore, we are not sitting and talking from Gita Bhagavatam nowadays. So, Prabhupada persisted. He worked very hard. Similarly, in those days in Coimbatore, when Maharaj purchased the land, he purchased 11 acres. Today, you know how costly this place is. Many people told Maharaj, why do you need so much big place? You sell off this place, keep a small place. But Maharaj didn't sell. He purchased and kept this place. So today you have the luxurious big project coming up along with big amount of land also. And you have the BBT, Malayalam books are all printed here and goes from here. So Maharaj is one person I have seen from very early days, very persistent and very hardworking. And he does Kirtan with so much absorption. When he performs the Sankirtanam, he speaks from the heart. And he is very highly learned. And he requires great support and help from various devotees in Coimbatore here in various services. Some of you may help in bringing funds. Some of you may become teachers and teach various courses here. And some of you may become cultivators and Bhakti leaders. So my humble request to every one of you here, you assist Maharaj and in this project in your own capacity as Prabhuji's, Mataji's, whatever way, and help make this project blossom very beautifully so that all of Tamil Nadu, all of India, all the world, let them come here. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, we kindly request all the devotees to be seated for a very important announcement. We profusely thank His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu for the wonderful discourse in which His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu narrated the reasons for the Lord to manifest here. He reminded us that we are building as a community, as a temple, and we are trying to offer Lord Radha Krishna a wonderful facility. And he said, what are the things we should do in order that Lord manifest here? So, in reciprocation, we are expected to double, triple our enthusiasm, our contributions. Donors should start thinking about how I'm going to donate more again. Collectors should start thinking about how to collect more. Let us not settle that our target has been finished. We have achieved, we have reached. No, Prabhu said we have to double, triple it so that the needful can be done. Prabhuji, we have donors, we have contributors, prominent donors assembled here. We have collectors, senior devotees, congregation members, and we also have spiritual leaders, mentors assembled here. So let us all express our enthusiasm in reciprocation to wonderful address of His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu by loudly chanting the holy name of the Lord and taking the sankalpa that from today we are going to earnestly try, endeavor to serve Lord and please Lord with lot of love and devotion. And down the line, day after tomorrow, we are going to observe Kartik Purnima. Kartik Purnima is the cherry in the cake. It is a very, very auspicious day to contribute for the temple for such a good cause. So let us take the sankalpa and request the Lord to empower all of us for able to render the wonderful devotional service to Lord. Please join me and loudly, with a lot of enthusiasm and with prayers, let us appeal to Lord to empower us. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Rama Rama! Hare Hare! Once again, thank His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu for giving his valuable time and his holy association in this very important month of Kartik. It is dream come true experience for many devotees. Many devotees have traveled here to be available to hear from Radheshyam Prabhu. We are grateful to his grace Radheshyam Prabhu, and we are also grateful to all the devotees. Hare Krishna, இங்கு வந்திருக்கக்கூடிய அனைத்து பக்தர்களுக்கும் நம்முடைய நன்றி பாராட்டுகின்றோம். திரு ராதேஷ்யாம் பிரபு சொன்னது போல வருகின்ற காலங்களிலே வருகின்ற நாட்களிலே மிகவும் பிரமாதமாக ஸ்ரீ ராதாகிருஷ்ணரை சேவித்திட நம்முடைய சங்கல்பத்தினை அதிகரித்திட மனமுருக பிரார்த்தனை செய்கிறோம். நாளை மறுநாள் கார்த்திகை பௌர்ணமி, மிக விசேஷமான நாள். கார்த்திகை மாதத்தின் இறுதி நாள், ராச பூர்ணிமா நாள். அன்றைய தினம் பகவான் கிருஷ்ணருக்கு நம்முடைய கைங்கரியத்தினை செய்திடுவது, நம்முடைய பங்களிப்பினை செய்திடுவது இன்றியமையாதது. அன்றைய தினம் கிரகணமாக இருப்பதனால் ஒரு சில மாற்றங்களை நம்முடைய தரிசன நேரத்தில் நாம் செய்திருக்கின்றோம். திருக்கோயிலானது மதியம் 1 மணியிலிருந்து இரவு 7 மணி வரை நடை சாத்தப்பட்டிருக்கும். தரிசனம் கிடைக்க பெறாது. மதியம் 1